Hi everyone, welcome to the next video from this page in World of Flowers by Johanna Basford. We're going to be doing a little bit more of this circle design today. Let's come in a little closer. Might be nice to be able to see what we're doing. There we go. Now I've been using a mixture of Prisma and Polychromos, Prismacolor, Polychromos, what am I saying? Prismacolor, Polychromos, and we're going to do the same again. I'm going to move on to this one here. Now I like to colour one that looks like this, a little bit like a thistle, so I'm going to make a start with a sort of violet-y type colour. I think I will use the violet actually from the Prismacolor. Here we go. And I'm just going to do quite a light background for this because it is quite an intense colour, and I will use my Polychromos to intensify it, and I really want the base a little bit darker. I can do that a little bit with this, just going along this bottom bit with another layer or so like that, but I will work that a bit more with the Polychromos, but you can see what I'm trying to do. Right, so that is the violet. Now for the actual stem, I'm just looking. I don't think it goes all the way down there. I think that stem might be for this flower because it looks like these. So I think we've just got this little bit of stem and leaves here. Now I always think these should be quite dark green. I think a dark green goes really nicely with the violet. So I am going to pick the peacock green actually. Where are you? Here it is, peacock green, and just sort of, now there's a lot of shape and interest going on in this bit here, which we will emphasize more with the Polychromos pencils, but I'll just get a sort of base coat done effectively with this. There we go. I'll probably use a couple of different colours of Polychromos for these greens, which I'm going to do now. I've actually picked my Polychromos up off the floor. If you were watching before, you'll know that I was kept having to stretch down onto the floor. I made a bit of room on my desk, so I've got room for everything, which is rather nice. So this is the deep cobalt green, which is a really dark Polychromos green. Now I'm going to use this for a little bit of this foliage, but not all of it. So I'm going to go under here because I want to show off the fact that we've got a little line there, and then fade that down a bit like that. So I'm just putting less like that, and do the same on the other side. Like that, and then the stem I make it really dark at the top and the bottom, and maybe slightly less in the middle. Now with these ones I'm going to make it dark here and here, and then none on that center one, and back out from the center like that. And then we want another colour. What shall I use? How light should we go? I think, let me look at my swatch chart. I'm doubting my own choice. Yeah, I think the phthalo green is the right choice. Just trying to find it. Must be it. Oh, it's really short. Here it is, little phthalo green. It's going to need a good sharpen. There we go, that's better. Right, so I'm going to continue on these lower leaves, just where I started tapering off, and just fit in the rest here. I want to block it in enough so it shows up from the blue background. And this bit, and hopefully you can see that darker bit is showing up a little bit. Do the same on this one. Now with these ones I'm going to start part the way across and then try and fade it down a bit from that central point so we keep that shape. Just going to fill that one in really lightly. There we go. Now we want to do the petally bits. I think I'm going to go for the purple violet. I'm not going to go for my darkest for the mauve. So purple violet, we'll see how it goes. I'm going to go over all of it, but try and sort of fade it off towards the tip of our little pieces, petals, I'm assuming they are. And if it doesn't quite look dark enough at the bottom, I can use my mauve to just darken that a tad. We'll see how that goes. And just work through. Good, my son's messaged me, had a presentation today at uni, and he said it went well, sorry. And the teacher seemed pleased, so that's good. Now we've got these four here, which I think are all the same flower, and so I'm going to do them all the same colour. I'm thinking an orange might work quite well here. I'm having a look at what I've got in my Prismacolor orange wise. We've got quite a range, haven't we? The orange is quite bright. The cadmium orange hue I like. It might be a bit too dark. I think I'm just going to go for the orange. So here it is, just the orange. I'm going to sharpen it. I've brought through my Tagal, so it's easy to, which I like sharpening prismas with. There we go. Now this is quite a bright colour, but we will be going over the top of it with a Polychromos, I expect. So it'll change the tone a little bit. I'm trying to fade it towards the tip of the petal, putting more layers near the centre. I haven't thought about the centre of the flower yet, so I'm sort of avoiding that at the moment. Tempting to use some sort of ochre something. That's what I used for that one though, wasn't it? Maybe a more greeny yellow. We could use this chartreuse and the chartreuse yellow maybe. Do you think that will work? She says to herself while she ponders. I just had a little walk into town. I'd run out of chocolate. Went down to the sweet shop in town. They don't have a big choice. They have a fire tree one, which I'm not very keen on, so don't buy that one. They have Montezuma's. They only have the plain one. I'm not so keen on the plain one. The orange cacao nibs one, I like that. I like the texture of the crunchy nibs in there, and I like the orange, although there's never enough orange for my liking. But anyway. You can really only smell it, can't taste it. I love a strong orange chocolate. But anyway, they had Willy's cacao, so I bought one of his 100%. I think it's Peruvian, I'm not sure, but I like his too because it's ethically sourced. It's expensive, but you know, it's important. And of course, I probably don't ethically source all my food, but there are certain ones that we sort of worry about. I sort of worry about more. I say we, I don't mean me. Now I'm going to grab my orange glaze and do a little more with these. I'm just trying to darken them a bit more at the bottom and not going all the way to the tip. I'll get a different colour for that. Yeah, I also like to get ethical coffee. don't know, I always think my veg are probably okay. A lot of them are British or European, so you sort of assume they're okay, but I don't know whether that is the right assumption to make or not. I mean, the things we hear about are usually hazelnuts and Brazil nuts and avocados and things like that. Apparently, someone said the rainforests are being cut down to grow avocados, which is a worrying thought. I don't buy palm oil, not just because of the dark chrome yellow, because of the damage it's supposed to do, but also because I don't think it's particularly healthy. It's a saturated fat, and yes, some saturated fats have nutritional benefits which can outweigh the damage that they might potentially do for us, but I don't know, I'm just not a fan really. And because I don't buy a lot of ultra processed foods, then I don't tend to get exposed to it very much anyway. So that's where it tends to be put, like in chocolates and things. I think I feel fairly safe where that's concerned, if you know what I mean. Right, chartreuse, green chartreuse, what's it called? No, yellow chartreuse, I'll get the words right in a minute. This is my chartreuse. I'm going to use it for the outside of the, I'm going to have to sharpen it, circular centre, and for the little pronged bits. What do you call those? Spiky bits? I don't know. So around the very outside, a bit of green. Easier on this bigger one, and these little pronged bits. I don't know if I'm gonna put any polychromos on top of this because it's I don't have a colour like it. So now I'm going to use the chartreuse, the yellow chartreuse, to do the centre. Again, sharpening, sharpening again. But I think it's very, very hard for us to know exactly where all our food comes from and everything, and it can be very easy to get bogged down in worrying about it all, when sometimes the stress of worrying is just not worth it. You know, it can be damaging to our health. The same as eating well. You know, often the worry of making sure we're eating well can be more damaging. This is May Green than just eating as we are and not worrying. So you have to have a balance and think carefully about what it's doing to your mental health as well as your physical health. My sister used to say to me, you worry so much about it, and I'm like, no, I think about it and I'm happy with what I'm doing, so it's actually good, you know. And now I don't, because I've got myself sorted out into a way of, into a lifestyle that I'm happy with, mainly, you know, with regards to eating dark sepia. And I just do what I always do. I'm going to put a bit of shadow in here, and it doesn't, I don't have to really think about it. It doesn't, I know it suits me and it's all good. But there are other aspects of my lifestyle that I'm changing up. As I've said before, exercise. I knew I needed to do more, and I've started doing more, and I'm feeling the benefits, so it's very good. I'm going to put a bit under here. I know we did it with the dark green, but I think I can get away with a bit more around the edge of these, and on these, on the petals, just a bit. This one's a bit more complicated because we've got this whole spiky bit going on. I was looking at Facebook earlier. One of my second cousins just had a baby. Well, he didn't. His partner did. It's very sweet. Little boy. And I think, oh gosh, I remember when he was born. Now he's the dad and he's in his 30s. Makes me feel quite old. I used to babysit him when I was a teenager, and now he's got his own little one. Okay, how are we doing for time? 50. Yeah, I think I am going to stop there because, you know, I was determined to make this into small, manageable chunks, and we've done that a little bit, so I'm happy with that. We've got 3 sections to go. I don't know whether that's going to be 2 or 3 videos, but would definitely be a good few more because I just, as I say, I want to take it slowly and have fun with it. I don't know what colour to do that one. I might have to start over there. Anyway, we'll see. But thank you for watching today. I do hope that you have a super day and happy colouring.